What's up guys, welcome to the Dabs of Reality show. I'm your host Tom Crawshaw. Got a bit of a different video coming at you today. I'm going to talk about my experience taking 10 tabs of acid or LSD. I'm going to let you know, was it the most mind-melting, crazy experience of my life, or was it a little bit lackluster for reasons that I'll explain. So what do you think? Now today I find myself, I'm actually back in the UK. I'm in this lovely forest. As you can see here, I'm just sat behind a tree, and just wanted to shoot this short video. There's no fancy equipment here. I just wanted to share my experience, and this was actually on my birthday when I was on a super nice tropical island. I'm not going to tell you where I was, but needless to say, it was a beautiful spot. I'd met a friend and they gave me a bunch of acid for free. Now, this acid had been kept improperly. It was just kept wrapped up in some paper, not even in a baggy. So I was very skeptical from the start about the quality, right? And the actual concentration of the substance LSD that was left on the tabs, right? Because, you know, I've spoken about this in various different videos, that someone can say that tab's 100 milligrams, but unless you test it, it's going to be very difficult to figure that out. So really my experience with this is just to try, you know, half a tab or one tab, depending on, first of all, is there anyone that you know who has tried the substance from the source that you got it from? So that's one way to get some information on potentially how strong it is. And this can go across the board for anything that you're considering testing. Now, of course, I'm going to throw the disclaimer out before we go any further. I'm not condoning the use of any illicit substances, so please check the laws wherever you are. But in the purposes of harm reduction, I'm just trying to get and share this story out with you. You know, I'm choosing to make decisions myself with my own life, and you know, those decisions I'd like to share, you know, the repercussions and the stories and the experiences with you guys. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So I'm alone on a beautiful tropical island. I've got 10 tabs. It's my birthday. I've got an apartment on the beach. The waves are lapping against the shore. The stars are out. It's a beautiful night. So I decided to drop 2 tabs, and I went for a walk along the beach. So the walk did actually take about 2 hours. I was trying to get to the sunset, and this beach just kept on going. So anyway, there and back, the walk took nearly 2 hours. I started to feel things kick in. You know, we went from light to dark, and that in itself is a little bit trippy. But I got home and I didn't really feel much. So I spoke to my brother, I spoke to my friend. I was like, shall I take another 2? So I took another 2, left it for an hour. And sometimes acid can have quite a long delay, quite a long fuse, so it could be anywhere from 90 minutes to 2 hours before you even, you know, start tripping or feel anything. So I was a little bit hesitant because I don't have massive experience with LSD. I knew that it could take a while to kick in, but this stuff seemed pretty weak. So it had been like 2 hours. I'd not even felt much off these initial 2 tabs. So I had another 2, left it an hour, and then I decided to have the remaining tabs. So I had another 6. So as you can imagine, I had 6 tabs under my tongue, just letting it all infuse. I had the lights off. I just had some really nice, like, chill music, and was just laid down and just enjoying being present with myself and seeing what comes up. So, you know, the moment came, you know, after about an hour, I went to the toilet, turned the light on, and I'm like, whoa, the walls are vibrating, like everything's sort of hovering around. I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm actually feeling it pretty hard right now. And it wasn't to say that things were out of control. I was just what you would call peaking, and that was probably about 2 hours in, about an hour or 2 hours into that last 6 tabs that I put in. One thing that I did notice with this LSD was that, and I will preface this by saying that no, I didn't test it, but what I did do and what I mentioned to you earlier in this video is, if you know somebody who has already tried it and gotten an idea of how many they had and how did they feel, that usually gives you an indication of kind of roughly where it's at. But You know, I always say test your stuff if you can, and it's a great thing to do, but sometimes it's pretty difficult, and at the end of the day, that's your choice. The safer the better, right? So anyway, this was a pretty wild experience. You know, I turned the light back on and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And so I decided to sit outside, look up at the stars, and I'm like, it was amazing. I thought I could see shooting stars. I thought I could see spaceships flying across the sky. I thought I could see satellites. I thought I could see things moving, and it looked like I could see really deeply into the universe. It's a pretty bizarre experience. I just sat there looking up at the stars for a bit, but I didn't really have any big realizations. I didn't really feel, you know, when you take mushrooms and DMT, that experience is very similar. With LSD, I found that it was similar in ways, but very different. So the ways that it was similar was some of the visuals, right? The geometrics, the bodily sensations that you feel, kind of the warmness, the floatiness, the, you know, switching from floaty to heavy, all these things. And so those were some of the similarities. And in terms of, like, you know, just being in awe of your environment. But that's kind of where they stopped. I find for mushrooms and DMT and 4-ACO DMT, there is a really strong internal dialogue, right? And whether that's the message from the mushrooms talking to you, or Mother Ayahuasca and these things, who knows? But with those substances, you find that there is a narrative going on. So you can ask questions, you can get answers to things in your life. But yeah, I didn't get that with the acid. I just got this like really nice bodily sensations and just being in awe of my environment. And then trying to get to sleep on it was pretty tricky. But you know, that came with the territory, really. There was quite a strong stimulating effect, so a little bit different to what you would expect from like mushrooms, for example. LSD seems to activate more of the neurotransmitters, so including ones that, you know, for example, MDMA hit. So listen, guys, nothing really crazy to report here. I just wanted to share the experience. You know, if you tell somebody that you've had 10 tabs, like, they'll be like, oh my God, like, what the hell happened? But in actual fact, it's just really important that you either test your stuff or you get reports from people who've already tried it, so you kind of know where to dose at. Because imagine if I'd just taken 2 tabs with me and had those and didn't really feel anything. And you know, it is what it is. But if you're intentional about it and you want to have a particular experience, then I feel like you need to do yourself justice to make sure you get the right stuff, the right strength, the right purity, to have the experience that you want. Otherwise you might get something different and it might put you off, or it might mean that you have to wait until another date. And you know, we're dealing with you know, substances that are illegal here, and so you just got to keep that in mind, that, you know, they're not readily accessible. And it also takes time out of your day to set aside, and also the next day is kind of a write-off, because you want to be able to just chill, let your brain relax a bit. And so you don't want to really have anything going on that next day. So anyway, guys, I'm kind of rambling on a bit here. I just wanted to share this story with you in like a quick and sort of rough and ready, like, iPhone selfie video. But this is just what happened on my birthday, and it's definitely actually given me more feelings of safety and more feelings of comfort with LSD. So in another video, I'm going to share with you my bad trip experience. This was when I was perhaps, like, I don't know, 18 or 19, and I had a really bad trip. Like, I was hearing stuff in my head that I thought was happening in real life outside of my tent in this festival, and it just, I was just super paranoid for like 12 hours. So yeah, that was after a very long weekend of many different substances involved. So that was kind of an example of what not to do when considering trying some powerful psychedelic like LSD. But anyway, we all make these mistakes, and now I feel like trying a high dose LSD experience, similar to what I've done with the magic mushrooms, would be a logical next step to try and experience what other people have shared on the higher dosages experiences. So let me know in the comments below, guys, have you had a super high dose LSD experience? What was it like? What are the differences that you feel to magic mushrooms and DMT? Do you prefer LSD? Do you prefer something else? And what kind of insights can you get out of this? Because at the end of the day, you know, these are just tools, right? Tools of medicine, in my opinion, that we can use to go deeper into ourselves, to find answers, to help heal past traumas, and to help rest and fall back into our natural state of being, which is presence, which is awareness, which is appreciation, love, and gratitude. And I find that after every psychedelic experience that I've had, I definitely feel more connected to the universe, more connected to the people around me. I feel a lot more appreciation and gratitude for my life and this experience. So I find that they have a lot of benefits, and not to be done recreationally, but you know, if you want to have that experience and you know, you create some ritual around it, and you create some intention around it, then it can certainly be a powerful experience for you. But anyway, that's all I've got for this video, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm going to put some more time into the Your Drugs on Brain series. So if there is something that you want me to cover on there, I'm covering Ibogaine next, and we're going to look at San Pedro and a few other things as well. So that's all I've got time for today, guys. And thanks for watching. And if you've liked this video, hit the like button below. And I know that if you watched it to the end now, you must be enjoying this video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Massively appreciate it. Anyway, that's it from me. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.